everybody, Mike Steele here with Barbecue Champs Academy. It is so great to have you join us tonight. Looking forward to a wonderful show. And I've got as a co-host tonight, Miss Shawna Roppolo. She filled in for us as a last-minute deal when Robert could not make it here tonight. And we're sorry for that. Robert had an emergency coaching situation come up for his daughter's softball game, and he said, Mike, I've been called in to go coach and I don't know if I'm going to get there until 7:30, and I don't know if I'm going to have much of a internet connection. And I was like, no worries, sir. I said, I've got somebody that I can call. So I had a long list, and I started calling a few of the barbecue guys since we had a barbecue guy lined up for tonight. And I was like, well, that didn't work out. And I was like, let's scrap that. Let's go straight for the steaks. So I tried to call John. John is in the ER. I don't know what's going on. So he said, brother, I'm at the ER. I'll call you later. So whatever the situation's going on with John, let's certainly keep him and our thoughts and prayers of what's going on. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. I need to call Shawna. She's got a new rub out. And I always enjoy talking to Shawna. She is my hometown girl because she lives literally, about 15 miles from us?
Yeah, about 10, 15 minutes is all.
So it's always great to have Shawna. Absolutely love her to death. She is, without question, one of the great cooks for the ladies that pioneered this stuff back in the early days of the SCA. And we're going to allow a few folks to come in here and certainly want to give everybody a shout out. Rick, thank you for being here, man. And I tell you what, you seem like you've been doing pretty good. Shawna's just kind of looking over some of the results of the SCA, so she's going to be my SCA person for the night. And but I think, Rick, you've been doing absolutely wonderful. We got Big Jim Hudgens in the house, and I appreciate you always being with us, Jim. Got John here with us from the frozen tundra up in Wisconsin. John, I hope by now that frozen tundra's thawing out some. Miss Caitlin Crane, how are you doing, man? I tell you what, you have always just continued to crush it and doing good. You have been on a roll here lately. And keep it up. Keep it up. And I noticed in the last picture, it was a wide shot. I noticed you don't have the boot on your foot no more. So I was like, I was at the World. She was just walking around with that boot like it wasn't nothing. And I was like, man, nothing's going to stop her. She's going to be cooking here at the World. So we got the champ in the house, Miss Marissa Overson.
Hey, there's my girl.
There we are, Miss Champ, Miss Consistent. And certainly glad to have you with us tonight, Miss Marissa. Got Paul Wolf with us. Paul, appreciate you being with us tonight. Got Chuck and Vanessa with Papa Joe Grilling Supply in Hutto, Texas. Always great to have them. They are one of our sponsors on our show. We're going to get to our sponsors here in just a minute. Let's see what we got. Shawna, she said to tell you hello.
Yes,
we got,
I miss y'all. I miss y'all very much.
Yeah, we got Jeremiah Price with us. Got Emmeline with us. Got Mr. Terry Roan. He is with us tonight. And always like to have the champ in the house. So we got two of them. We got two world champions on our show tonight, the 2018 and the 2020.
Two great people right there.
Absolutely, no doubt. So Bob White from Oklahoma, appreciate you being with us. Yes, she said the boot is gone. So, Mary says it is froze up. So I don't know what's froze up.
Wow.
I don't know if it's froze up where you are or if it's the internet's freezing up. But I hope we're coming through loud and clear. So anyway, let's get to our sponsors real quick. Want to do that as more you come in. We certainly once again do appreciate it, but let me just throw this up. We always want to thank our partners, Be Extreme, Mr. Danny Helm, absolutely wonderful man, and always the first to give us shout outs and help us out in any way that we need help. Certainly do appreciate him as well. Also, we got B&B Charcoal. Mr. Ed Riley was with us here a couple weeks ago. We appreciate Ed and all that he does. They're doing everything they can to cut down on the shortage of this charcoal. But you know what, Sean? I mean, the SCA, y'all love it.
We do. It's a great charcoal, and but I know a lot of people are having trouble getting it. But Papa Joe's and Azel, Jason comes through for me every time. So he is my go-to on that. So everybody keep that in mind for sure too.
Yeah, you know what? If you ever get in a bind, I don't know if you know it, but the Ace Hardware over in Minden, They are loaded with it.
I didn't know they carried it.
Yeah,
I know I got the Texarkana Ace Hardware to
yeah,
carry it. I talked to them. I got my rub in their store and told them some of my friends lived up that way, and they ordered it and
yeah,
had it 3 days later. So
yeah.
I know that was a discussion when Ed was on about who gets what, that sort of
Right.
thing. But they've started carrying it. So
That supply is steadily getting there. And
yes,
like I said, if you need something 35 miles from us, 40 miles from us, you
I
got
didn't know
Minden,
that.
Louisiana. So they've got it. Lone Star Barbecue Pro Shop, Mr. Brian Crawford and Crawford's Barbecue Pit Products. Is Brian carrying your new rub, Shawna?
He is. Yes.
Good, good,
Yep.
good, good,
He's
good.
got it.
Brian,
I need to make a post about it. He's one of
yep,
the ones I hadn't posted
one of
yet.
your new
So,
ones. Yeah, he
yes,
was
I
asking me.
appreciate him. I
Yeah,
appreciate
he
him
kept
a lot.
saying, "Who do I need? Who do I need?" And, he keeps saying the same thing. So I was like, "Make
Yeah.
sure you carry Shawna's stuff because we're going to talk a little bit about it." Also, Papa
Yes.
Joe Grilling Supply in Hutto, Texas. Chuck and Vanessa.
Yep.
Always
Good people.
appreciate them. Good people, always supporting us, and we're so honored to have them as our partner. Mr. David at Gunnar Wilhelm. I tell you what, David has got some amazing knives, and I absolutely love it. So he's got just some great knives, wicked sharp. And if you're looking for some knives for the SCA barbecue, just in home, those are great knives to have. Tapacue. We had Gina on here a few weeks ago. She's working on a new dual sensor temp probe for the SCA, where it'll read 2 temps with 1 probe, and she's trying to get it to where it's the same size as the small end of a thermopin. And you're going to be able to insert
really
that
good.
in and get 2 readings, and they're going to be about 3 inches apart. So when you stick that thing through that steak, you've got a reading about 1 inch from the edge, and in the middle, you can pull it out 1 inch, and now you've done covered the entire surface. And I think that may be a game changer for SCA. What do you think about that, Shawna?
Yeah, I think it is. We're all going. I still haven't gone to the probe yet, but I want to. I think it's a good move. So having that will be a big game changer in
Yeah.
my opinion. So
Yeah.
it's just, thermopins are great, and I'll always have one and always use
Right.
one, no matter
Right.
what. And I even use one cooking at home. With
Yeah.
everything, it changes. It just makes all your food just a lot better. But out there in the field like that, having a probe you've got 2 readings, pretty much the depth exactly where you need it.
Right.
Because that's the thing. Everybody does it differently. So when we talk about doneness, depends on where you're probing and how far you're going into the meat. So
Yeah.
I think it'll be good.
Yep. I'm looking forward to it, and she's working
Yes.
on it. So, also we got Dustin at the barbecue store down in Hempstead, Texas. That's another one I know that's
He's-
carrying your
he's
product.
got
So
my
I was
rub,
like,
yep.
"Hey, you need to get Shawna's stuff." He keeps asking, "Whose stuff do I need?" I said, "You make sure you get Shawna's. And if you don't
Yes.
have it, make sure you get Will Collier because he's got some pretty good stuff." So I think he's
Yep,
working
yep.
on them
Dustin,
as well.
Dustin was one of my first ones, so I
Yeah.
appreciate him too very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got Mr. Kale with the Barbecue News Magazine. The E is cut off that because we only get 200 characters, so that's all we can get in there. So anyway, we appreciate them. If you're looking for a magazine to stay up to date with everything, that is the subscription to get. They will keep you abreast on all the happenings in barbecue and steak.
Kel and I share the rhinestone hat together.
Really? I did
Yeah.
not know that.
I want to say, I don't know if he's watching, but I think Kel was the first one when they started doing that. So it was Kel one, Eric Hodson, I think, and then me. I can't remember the exact order, but
Right.
but he was one of the first or second ones. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
Yep.
did not. I didn't even know Kel
Yep.
cooked. See
Yep.
there?
So
I'm learning stuff all the time.
Yeah.
May have me a new co-host on here.
Yep. I still like to say I was the first steak and female to win over those barbecue guys.
That's
Back then, but
That's
they're-
it. Yeah, you just
they're all
carry
good
it.
people.
You just keep doing it. Oh gosh.
I gotta carry the title while I can, anyways.
All right, so we got a question. Shawna, have you tested the Sassy Joe with any DB180 rubs?
Rob, I have not. I don't know. I know a lot of people have tested mine with lots of different ones, and we can talk about that too. I honestly have not heard. Will does carry my rubs, so I don't know. I have a couple of his. that I want to, throw in the mix, just see what it does. Mine has paired really well with a lot of different AP, SPG type rubs.
Right.
So I know it would probably do really well with his grill all and oh, I'm blank. He's got a white rub. Uh,
Oh, the
Somebody help us
all-purpose.
out here.
The
Yeah,
all-purpose. The
it's
all-purpose.
the two that yeah, those are the two that I have, and
Yeah,
they're
that's the other
really
one.
good.
The
Yes,
all-purpose is
it's the
one, and
all-purpose
his grill
and
all
his
is
grill
the
all.
other. Yeah, his
Yes.
grill all is his brand new one that he just brought out.
Yeah, and
So
it's a red rub too. So
yeah,
that's the only reason I say with the white rubs have done really well paired up, or the lighter ones paired up with mine, because mine gives it the color. It's got
right.
the red color, but the all-purpose, may have a little bit of the sugar, or where mine doesn't have sugar
Right.
in it. You've got that sweet where mine has the saltiness. So.
I got you. Okay. Mr. James Cooley's with us. Jamie, we appreciate you being with us. And Brandon, tell you what, Brandon, you've been doing really, really good in these ancillaries. Really proud of you. We're still working on going through the mass amount of videos that we have done for our SCA ancillary and all the alphabet soup, KCBS, IBCA, BCA, you name it. I cannot wait. There's a couple of them, and I almost cooked it. We had an open the other day, and we had one that was a dessert. And man, I tell you, we have got one of these recipes that is in here. It is a bourbon, peach, and raspberry cobbler, and it was cooked in a cast iron skillet. And oh my gosh, it was so freaking good. And I was like, I'm gonna have to cook that one myself. So that's just one of the recipes that we've got. So there's Miss.
I have it on my phone too, so I can see the comments. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw what Will just said, but I'm trying not to laugh here too much.
Okay, let me get on down to it. Let's see. Danny says hi. We got Dan also with us. Thanks for sharing as you do. SCA, baby. Papa Joe Grilling Supply sitting there saying they got a full supply. Nathan is with us. How are you doing, sir? Let's see. Richard's with us. Hi there, champ.
Yeah,
Got Miss Peggy. Got Peggy with us. I guess we're getting down to Will, ain't we?
Yeah.
What?
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. So I can't wait to try the sassy steak shake. Yeah, let's see. Mark, we appreciate you being. Hey, there's Mr. Kevin. Hey, Kevin,
Awesome.
Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Kelvin, thank you, buddy. Man, I tell you what, I hadn't seen you. I got a chance to cook. Let me tell you a story about Kelvin. I met him, had to have been 2019. It was probably in September in Fairfield, Texas. He said, hey, and I didn't even know nothing about it. He said, there's a Lone Star competition. He had just bought Robbie's class, and let me get my story straight. He had bought Robbie Rule's class. I think he took Robbie Rule's class in person, but then he ended up buying it online where he could have it and watch all the videos. And he said, Mike, there's a competition not too far from you. It's in Fairfield, Texas. And I was like, really? He said, it's a big payout. You might want to put it on your schedule. I looked at it and I was like, heck yeah, man, I'm coming down there to that one. He said, well, I'll save you a spot. So I got a chance. We parked right next to him. And he had a brand new, I think it was a stump smoker just like Robbie used. It was beautiful smoker. He's only cooked on it a few times, getting the hang of it. And he was going to do the open. And he said, I took Shawna's class. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost positive, Kelvin, it was Shawna's class.
I think he was one of the first ones that took my class.
Yeah, one of the first ones. He
Yeah.
took your class, and he said, I'm going to do a chef's choice. I said, what are you going to cook? He said, I'm going to do Shawna steak and scallops. And I was like, no, just do the steak. And he's like, well, I got good scallops. I said, just do the steak.
Right.
I said, scallops are all right. I said, everybody loves steak. Somebody may not like scallops.
Right. Yeah.
So I said, don't put the scallops in it, just do the steak. He said, all right, that's what I'm going to do. So he cooked that steak. Now, Calvin, you're going to have to chime in and let me know, but he either finished, it was either first, second, or third. I know it was a top three. I want to say it was a first place steak call, and you may remember because he gave a shout out. And
yeah, I remember him doing that. Gosh, it was not too long after we put
it was not very long after we launched it. Yeah.
It was one of the top three, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So Calvin, let us know. But anyway, he cooked that, and I think he made $365.
Yeah,
it had to have been a first. It had to have been a first. Is that what he said? First place.
Yep, first place.
Goes out, boom, first place. Made I think it was $365. He was like, man, I paid $169, $179 for the class. I just paid $365 on this thing. I was like, man, that is awesome. So. Yeah. Calvin, I hope you get back out cooking, man. It was great cooking with you that one time, and I know you've been doing a lot of other things, but I hope to see you on the barbecue trail. And, hey, you've got some good recipes there. You might want to just jump on in there and do a couple of the SCAs as well. Who else we got? Who wants to swap a PK grill for a tank of gas?
Right.
As grill grease, too. Yeah, David, before the show kicked off, I was sitting up there going, you know, my wife has been very good. We've been 5 competitions in a row. This past weekend, we was off, and she loves the beach. I could care less about the beach, but you know, she goes to all the barbecue competitions with me. She always does anything to make me happy, and I always want to make her happy. And we haven't been to the beach in forever. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna surprise her. I said, hey, I'm gonna take you down to Galveston this weekend for a little trip. And she was like, are you really gonna take me to Galveston? I said, yep, we'll go there. We'll go to Kemah Bay and blah blah blah. And got it all planned. We're going to leave, you know, probably Thursday morning or so. And then all of a sudden this gasoline shortage pops up. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, there's something. You may not have gas if you get down in any of these areas. I went and filled my truck up, topped it off. I'm not taking my truck. I got a Camry that we'll take. It's about 450 miles to a tank. I'm thinking, okay, it's 300 miles. Yeah, it's 300 miles down there. I got 150 miles. So maybe as I get close to a little over halfway, I may just top up where I hope I can get back and hope there's some gas. Exactly. But David, I understand exactly what you're talking about. So, and there's there's Will's. What other rub?
What other shot? So that's his wife is Shawna as well.
Yeah,
and
that's
we spell it the same. And
gosh,
there's another one down there that he
tells
so
me. Let's see what else we got. Angela with us. Let's see, Nathan, Sassy Joe. Right, Pickles coming out soon. Yeah, Nathan. I mean, I don't know if you saw what she posted earlier today. She posted something. It looked like taco season or something with pickles. I was like, this girl needs help. We're gonna have to put Sean in a 12-step program.
Look, I have this idea now. Now that Nathan says that, I can take this. I can grind it up and put it in a jar of pickles.
Oh my gosh. And there you go.
So yes, Nathan, there may be some pickles out.
Oh my gosh. Nathan, please. We got to do something with her. Oh, let's see. Here it is. She's not cool enough to use DB 180. Man, well, that girl's cooler than you even know. What you talking about? She was cool before cool was even invented. So oh, he said he's just kidding.
Yeah. He says he's used it. Said he paired it with steak and beef and said
steak and beef, and it did good. Yep. Let's see here.
That's good to know. Oh, Angela, I'm glad to see her cooking. She's new to the trail, and
that's good. I love it. That's
good. I think she won last weekend, actually.
Good.
Angela, you correct me if that was wrong, but I think that was last weekend. But,
Angela, let us know how that you did.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Exciting to see her out.
Yeah, let's see. AP, it paired well with steak and beef. I've tried it. Hers is a hella good, nice salt pepper base. So, so what is the flavor profile? Is this good salt pepper?
It is pretty much you've got, it's salt on the front end. And I do tell everybody it is salty raw. It cooks out really well and just gives a really good flavor. But then you've got a little heat on the back end. Okay. So your salt at the front and a little pepper heat at the end. And the color is really, really good, even by itself. So when we get into that, I'll explain my...
Right. Yeah, we'll go into
how I got to where I am with it.
Right.
So.
Right. Let's see what we got here. If you're looking for rubs and sauces from the Barbecue Champ classes, please check us out. We have all of them, plus a lot of new barbecue season. Yeah, that's one thing about it. All the people that we have that's carrying our product just about carry almost everything that we have in our Barbecue Champs Academy.
We've got
classes.
lots of good supporters. I mean, that's what it takes, for us to
It
to get
really
out
does.
there
It really does.
and not just get to the competition world, but to that backyard cooker too.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. Well, we got Miss Sunny in the house. Miss Nurse, she's playing nurse practitioner. I don't know. This girl wears many hats. I'm starting to really realize she's a bodybuilder. Let me see, where's them guns at? Yeah, baby, got them guns, man. She's got the guns, so she does that. She's helping with doing some cooking stuff now with Cosmo. She's playing nurse, taking care of her mom right now, and I hope she's doing well, Sonny. She's certainly in our thoughts and in our prayers for you, and I guess you're still away from Jeff and the girls, and so hopefully you'll be able to get back soon. But just keep on keeping on, girl. You are definitely a strong woman. So glad you're with us tonight. So Travis, glad to have you here. I think he recently had a big win too, because I saw him smash a couple beers and slam them down. So
I'm so excited for Travis. We've had a good time at Cook's here lately, and he has done so well. I mean, and that's what it's about. But he just started, and then he had 2 walks and a win, and like he's done really well. So
yeah,
I love to see it.
Oh, that's good. Let's see. Brandon is ready for them barbecue champions. He talks about it all the time. They're coming. Trust me, they're coming. Jeremiah, I've also available at Stone Cold Meats. Okay, you got your rubs there as well.
Sean
So
Stone is a great. Thank Jeremiah for helping me get into his store, and so I'm working. Jeremiah's helping me get in different stores all around his area, and
there you go.
This what I need to get all over the country. So
Yep. Let's see. There's the state Miss Prince herself.
Riley.
Hey, Riley's with us.
Yes,
So
her and Karen got my shirts. So
that's good.
I've got a few more people wanting my Silly Boys shirts. So
there
that's
you
exciting. Go. I like people are jumping on board.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, there it is. Just a state, first place. I remember that. I absolutely do. And Kelvin, I'm happy for you, buddy. So. Let's see, Sean, have you tried the ranch powder dubbed in pickles or the tickle taco season in a jar of pickles? Please quit giving this lady ideas because she will just keep doing it. You don't understand. She's got an addiction. So
no, those are both on my grocery list. I've got the pickles, obviously. I just don't. I've got to go get the powders. Well, taco seasoning. I could do that tonight.
My gosh. That is unbelievable. You know what?
And now Nathan's giving me another idea. So
there you go. Maybe it. So, let's see who else we got. Jason, glad to have you with us. And got who else we got here? Got Nathan. Let's see, barbecue champs. Let's see, barbecue champ classes, a lot of messaging and bothering Will Collier is paying off for me this year in SCA. Well, that's good. I tell you what, I'm glad the classes are helping. There's no doubt.
Oh, for sure. They are.
People are just loving them. Carrie, glad to have you here with us tonight. Raz, got a chance to meet Mr. Raz.
Yes,
hey, Louisiana brother and sister. Yes, sir, Raz. You got both of us 10, 15 miles apart. We're just right down the street from each other. So
yeah, it was so good to meet some of those, everybody at World this year.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
A family up there, and talk to them on Facebook, and may only see them once a year, but
I know it. I walked to that place, Shawna, and I felt like a dead-gum movie star. I had people coming up to me. I was like, man, I have no idea. Like, who is this? Hey, Mike, I was like, they knew me, and I was like, please, I'm not going to get all these names, so please be patient with me. But I remember Raz. I remember several of them. Yes. I remember, how could you not remember Caitlin and Brandon? So anyway, she was just a ham in front of that dang mic, and so was Sonny. I'm telling you right now. And Jeff, I don't know, her husband, it's like them two are models, you know? I mean, he looked like he just stepped off of stinking, what is it, GI magazine or something, whatever one of the mail. And I mean, I was just like, man, this dude here now, come on now, you're making us all look bad. So anyway, but I tell you what, I had a great time there, and I absolutely plan on going back. We've got a lot of videos that people did reviews for us, and John and them has got them, and Clint's got them all done. We're going to be getting those up on our website, be posting them every week. Gosh, we got probably 20 reviews that people did for us. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everybody that did that and everybody that continues to just give us shout outs week in and week out about our classes. It's helping. It's helping grow the sport, and that's what we wanted. We wanted to help the sport grow, not only in the state, but man, the barbecue guys, we've got a lot of guys talking about our barbecue classes. Rick Mail has just been on absolute fire. Gave a big shout out here not too long ago. Larry Dwayne Anderson. We got Chris Cheney that's done it. And it is definitely helping our barbecue classes. People are really starting to understand that this is the real deal. It's the legit stuff. And everything that we are giving in these classes is...
It is. It's exactly what we do. It's, that's the thing with these classes. Even though we may change, generally our processes are not ever going to change because what we do is what's worked for us. Now, seasonings may change. Obviously, mine has changed since my videos because one, I have my own out. So
let's talk about that. So. Let's talk about that real quick. So Shawna she came out, and I think it was in January because we was up in Blanchard, and you said, "Look, I've been working on my rub. I have some stuff I always put together, so now I'm putting it together." And you cooked in Blanchard, and you showed up, and you showed out, and you schooled the boys, and you had a first place steak in Blanchard. And you said, I'm working on getting my rub out. It's a process. People got to understand this is not just something you throw together. You wanted to perfect it. You had 3 or 4 other rubs you was pairing with it. And I said, look, if you got it pretty close to where you want, and you said, I'm 99% there.
And I was making at that point.
Little tweaks. So this past week, if you have bought Shawna's class, and more than likely you probably got the notification, but here's what we do. She went in and she made a post in her Facebook page, on her private Facebook page, and she said, here's how I'm layering it. I'm using this, I'm using this, I'm using this. It was 3 or 4 rubs. I don't remember exactly. And you've given them the update of what you're doing. And we're going to try to get Shawna in here in the studio one week. And we're going to I've got a nice 4K camera set up in here. We're probably just going to get Shawna to set up and just take a steak and apply some rub to it and show you exactly how she does it. I've got a couple computers here that we'll just record it. I'll have a close-up camera. I'll have one that she can look up and talk to with a lapel mic. And we're going to try to get Shawna in here and give her a couple more weeks just to make sure she's 100% happy with how she's putting them on. And she's had some really good time to get out and cook. And I really am glad to see you out cooking again, Shawna. And we're going to try to get you out and show people exactly how you're doing it. We're even going to see if I can get that to John and Clint and see if they can just slide that in as an updated rub video. So they'll see your original and then punch it right in. And let them put the graphics in it, and then as they can, we'll just incorporate it right into it. So, and it'll be a bonus updated rub video. So that's coming. That's one of the great things that you get with our classes. So far, everybody's been pretty willing to give you all the updates and things that they're doing. They didn't have to, but I think everybody wants to see everybody do good in our classes.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why we do the class, and, with the whole rub process, it's started, it's the thought of it starts a long time before the actual process starts. We want to do it. I started about October of last year and talked to a couple people. Before I even go too far, I have to give a shout out to Roland Escobedo. Like, he has been my right-hand man with my rubs and just helping, and I couldn't have made it without him. He and obviously we work closely together. That's what I pair with my rub and Jason's steak wall. Lady Luck. Papa Joe's Lady Luck. But so the process is just it started. I knew what I was doing, what I wanted. And I'll tell the backstory. So I started in 2015 cooking. And my first cook-off that I went to, I got in the kitchen, and I had been around it for about a year, so I knew everything, but I wanted my own rub. I didn't want just something out of the cabinet, so I came up with a recipe. It had a lot of just manufactured everybody's rubs, but I love the profile of it. Over the years, I kind of got away from it, just going with the trends. We all have to do that with what's working with SCA, so we change it up. but I knew I always loved that flavor profile. It was a salty, bold, hit you in the back end. You need that bold flavor for the judges to remember you. So I went back to that exact recipe, pulled out all the ingredients. So I have this, the test kitchen that we all
Right.
know, with
Right.
all these everything that we have of raw ingredients in our kitchen. So I knew the base. I knew where I wanted to go with it, but it's taken that everything out of it and making it your own. So it took me a few recipes, a few tries. I started sending it to Townsend. They're wonderful. Townsend is the wonderful people to work with. Um, so, but yeah, so I started, they sent me a few batches. We went with it. I got the flavor that I wanted. So in January, I had not nailed it down yet, but in January I wanted to, in Blanchard, I said, I'm gonna run with it. Roland and I had talked. He said, try it. It's gonna be good. We had tasted it, with the combination, and we talked about what to do, and I went with it and pulled out the first place and said, okay, this is it. Let's roll with it. And it was a pretty much a sprint to get to it before finals, in
Right.
March, that
Right.
process. Yeah, but that's where it came from, so that this recipe is very close to what I cooked with in 15 and 16 when I ran for the points,
Right.
and did so well. And
Right.
now it is different. Everybody pairs things. Back then
Right.
you used one rub.
Right.
It wasn't, you didn't layer, you didn't do all that like we do now. So it's a lot more technical. So it's great that mine pairs with so many other rubs, because
Right.
I do just have one right now, but if you can pair it with anybody's,
Yeah.
out there, I
Yeah.
mean, it's great, so, and that's what we want. We all work together. So
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, and the thing is, there's so many good rubs out there now that it allows you to take your classes, or John's or Terry's or Matt's or
right.
Will's or whoever's, and you can take all of these and you can tweak around and find something that you may go, wow, you can just, hey, I'm going to go try it, and it may bomb, but then all of a sudden it may go right to the top of the list.
And I've heard, and there's lots of people, message me and say, I've tried it with whatever rub I'm using. Some message me and want to know what mine is, like what I do. But just hearing the multiple different rubs, like I mean, one, it makes you feel good that people are supporting you, but it's
Right.
also they're supporting their friend, all of our friends. Like
Right.
we're all friends in this, and want to see each other succeed, and we do well and want to promote each other. Regardless of, just because I have a rub doesn't mean I can't promote or, say someone else's is good, because
Right.
we all have good stuff out there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's done well. It's, in the whole, like, hometown, just being a small town girl. So I came from a town of 2,000 people, so living here in Shreveport to me is big.
Right.
Even though Shreveport's not that big, but
Right.
coming from
Right.
a town of 2,000 people. So when I go home and, I've got the hometown support, I'm getting to those backyard cookers that
Yeah.
are at home. Like it's a really good feeling that people get behind you. All the competitors, they want to know it. I don't know. It's hard to even explain that this first rub, and all the guys that have them out, when they put one out, they know that feeling,
Yeah. Yeah.
the support. It's kind of indescribable that you have so many people that want to try it, like it, and mine has been tried. I mean, we put it on everything, so
Mhm.
I labeled it as a steak shake just because, mainly because that's what I cook. That's
Right.
what I'm known for as far as in the competition. That's, but it's been good. I mean, people put it on salmon. We put it on fried fish, French fries, like just everything.
Pickles.
Um, bacon wrap
Pickle.
pickles, we sure
Pickle.
have. Bacon wrap pickles. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
that's
mean,
funny.
it's good on so many things, and
Yeah.
I've got one out now. I've got some other things in the works,
There you go.
that I'm working on. So it's just a little bit of a process to to get that everything going, and it's going to be a good year. Got things going with Roland, in the
Right.
works. Actually, Marissa and I have talked, and we're, we got the girls. We're working on some things that
Right.
Marissa has become, gosh, one of my best friends in the cooking.
Cooking world.
Cooking
Yep.
world, but outside.
Right.
Just
Right.
so we've got some things going. So it's an exciting year,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's good. That's good. Well, Big Jim
Yeah.
says I only have one rub. Only have one rub out as well. I will not put a rub out just for the sake of it. It has to be right. Yeah.
That's right. And
Yeah.
it's a process. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So,
It is. Mark,
well,
glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. So he was probably thinking that don't look like Robert Smith. No, she's much prettier than Robert.
hey, Mark. Now,
Ro-
look, yeah, Mark, it's me. Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry you
yeah.
gotta look
So
at me tonight.
Robert had an emergency come up. He had to go coach a softball game for his little girls. So Riley says I finally got me a bottle of Sassy, thanks to Mr.
Oh, yay,
Joseph.
Riley.
Yeah,
Good.
Mr.
Yes,
Joseph.
yes.
So
Yeah. Joseph is nice. I'm glad he
yeah.
got you one.
Will says the secret ingredient is dill weed.
All right. Well, we told you not to say my secret, okay?
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Oh,
the secret.
let's see, beer salt.
Beer salt. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's Marissa. That's funny you say that. She knows the deal with the beer salt too. So my neighbor, I gave some to her. Anyway, so my neighbor now, Marissa, like we all use my seasoning as a beer salt. So
That's funny. That is
when
funny.
we say it's good on everything, we literally mean everything.
And let's see that big cup that you tell us
Oh,
about
yes,
that cup.
yes.
I just check
So,
that out, man. That is rocking.
That is my.
Let me blow this up. Hold on here. There
Okay.
we go.
There we go. So
Look at that.
this is my label.
That is so
in the cup.
awesome.
Isn't it cool?
That is
Yes.
so awesome.
So a friend of mine that lives in Vegas, she called me one day and said, "Hey, I've got this idea. I need you to send me your label for your rub, and I've got a cup, something I want to do with it." So I sent it. So she already had this cup with all the glitter on it, and did this, and it turned out awesome.
It's beautiful.
I think I told you earlier. I've got like 3 or 4 guys that have ordered it.
That's hilarious.
And are going to sport it.
There you go. So, all right, guys,
great.
she's taking orders. Anybody that's, hold it up
Yeah,
one more
so-
time. Anybody that's wanting one of these absolutely awesome insulated cups with the rhinestone steak shake, chime in, because she's literally thinking she's probably needs to go ahead and get some of these things made up. So we're going to go ahead and take orders now, because it's pretty dadgum cool. So
Yeah,
I think I need one just to put back here on my shelf, because it is pretty stinking slick. So
Yes. I love it for sure.
let's see. Peggy, looking forward to using the shake in competition this weekend
Yes,
in
ma'am.
Georgia.
Peggy's coming out of retirement, so
Yes,
that's exciting.
that's what I see. Yep. Let's see. Peter, pickle salt.
Yep.
Pickle salt. Yeah. All right. So
What,
there's our
Steven?
first one. Steven says he'll take one. So
How did I know you'd be chiming in, Steve?
of course. So
Love it.
and I'm down for one. So that's
love
2.
Got
So
it.
we're gonna end up getting a whole host of these things.
We got it.
Let-
That and my T-shirt. I had Riley got a T-shirt. Karen got a T-shirt. I've got some guys. Jeremiah's fixing to have a T-shirt, and it's pink. We got.
There you go. Yeah, real guys. Hey, let me tell you, real guys wear pink.
That's right.
We're
That's
not scared of it. So
And Marissa, yes, on the salties. Me and her love the salties. Thanks to Jeremiah for hooking us up with those all the time.
all right. So tell it. I don't know what the salties are. What is this?
Salties, I'd have to go get one, but they're salt strips that you put, like this is my beer can. You put the strip here or here, but it's lime salt, and they have pickle salt.
Oh, really?
And you lick it. It's like your beer salt, but it's on a strip, so it's
On a
not on
strip.
the top of your can. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, how about that?
Yeah. What did I see? I saw a while ago something about
Dan
you put
Judd's
something out
with
there
us.
on
He's
Joe.
On who?
Joe Wilson.
Joe?
You said something.
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
something up
Joe
there
did
earlier.
say something. There it is right there.
He's
Just kidding. Shauna Joe is a rock star and always a pleasure. See her get the credit. Was that the one?
yeah. He said something about who earlier. He said who am I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Is
Yeah,
this
never
gal
heard
new
of
to
her.
cooking?
He's something else, and his Wilsonshire is awesome. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've tried it yet,
I
but
haven't tried it, but I've got Mark told me about it, and I have got to get that stuff
it
out.
is
I
so
got to get a
good.
bottle of it, so I want to try it.
Yes,
I really, really do. So here's
it's
another thing.
good.
Not only can this girl show you how to cook an amazing steak, but and Kelvin found out about that because he cooked her steak the first time out, and he got a first
Right?
place in ancillary. The pork chop selection section of Shawna's video is awesome too. If you cook comps where they have a kids queue, my grandkids won a first place about 3 weeks ago cooking her pork chops.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
that is absolutely. I saw that early, and I was like, "Whoop! I got to get back there to that."
Yeah,
So yeah, so if there's a lot of
that's
people
awesome.
that need to, they have kids queues, and for pork chops, Shauna's got an
Yeah, and
amazing
I don't
recipe.
know is Steve Jimenez on here? I don't know if he's watching, but he does the Kids Q Nation.
Yeah,
And I know they do pork chops. We're trying to get some of them into to do steaks. But either way, so I mean, my class is steak for the kids, pork chop for the kids. It's both, especially
right.
that we're trying to grow the kids queue
Yeah,
to get
absolutely.
them going. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Mary wants to know where she can get a shirt.
Just message me. I'll make those shirts, and I can mail one to you
There
for
you
sure.
go. Look her up,
Yep.
Shawna Joe Roppolo. So let's see. My daughter cooked her first cook-off in Roanoke. Thanks for giving her tips. This is from Michael. I will definitely order some of your rub. So
Awesome.
there you go.
That's what it's all about. It's
Yeah.
just helping everybody, and it's fun to get out there and meet everybody, and like I said, we've talked about it before. We all learn something new at every cook-off. I I know I learn something new, or at least see things new, and figure out if I want to try them or not. So
Right. Jeffrey says, watching this, it's made my wife order your stuff, John.
we got to get the girls out
That's
there
it.
for
Get the
sure.
girls rolling. That is. I tell you what, last year was definitely the year of the girls. So,
Yes.
I mean, you can say what you want, but man, alive, it was quite
Hey,
the year.
we're trying to make it that way. So I've
Yeah,
definitely
the boys have
gotten
got their
out.
work cut out for them.
Yes, and I've gotten out cooking some more. So we're
Yeah, it's good seeing you out cooking a lot.
trying
So
to.
I think you've cooked more this last 5 months than I've seen you cook probably. Well, last year was a bust for
And
a
it's
lot of teams. So and
right.
that was really hard, but you definitely are getting out there and doing very, very well. You've had a lot of top 10 calls this year.
Yeah, I've done pretty good. Been pretty consistent, and too with like we've talked about getting a rub out there. To me, I know all the categories are, you want to do good in all of them, but flavor's been a big thing, and since I've done my combo and just trying a couple different things, it's definitely helped me stay over that 50 mark. I always
Right.
say with flavor, as long as you can stay over 50, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And I've done, even the times I haven't walked, I've had a 50
Yeah.
at least on flavor. So
Right.
it's doing good. I've too. I've never. Um, I don't know. That's just that because it's the decimal. Because it's
Right.
weighted.
Right.
I feel like that's one category that I do concentrate a lot on that.
I'll hug on that one.
People have their own opinions and what they want to do well in. Well, obviously, we want to do well in all of them, but
Right.
a weighted category just seems like you can make up some ground there.
Yeah. So what's the one category that that you struggle with the most? Doneness, texture, appearance. What's the nemesis? Because we all seem to have maybe one, or is it kind of just one time it's this, one time is it
Well,
kind of
and some people they have a certain one for them, that's every time, and I don't,
that's good. That's good.
it's
That's
which is not
consistency.
well, and it's but last weekend it was my appearance. I don't know why my steaks were dark. They are not, it just, my appearance wasn't good. But,
Right.
weekend before, it could have been, I mean, texture has been killer some cook-offs where I just can't figure it out, and I am, working with, different marinades. Actually,
Playing around.
Roland's got one that he's working on that I've tested. I'm working with him or working, playing with that some.
Right.
So it's, and that's all new, that's a new thing, but I would say,
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
if I recall
It's
in your class, you didn't do marinade or anything, did you?
no,
You,
I mean,
it,
I've not been a marinade person. So,
yeah,
when it started coming out,
just trying it to
that's
see.
new. That's a
Yeah,
new thing for me, and it's just not something that I'm totally comfortable with yet.
right, right.
So I just keep trying it, which is why the video, like the only thing that's changed in my video is the seasoning
Just
that
the
I
seasoning.
use,
Yeah,
and that's it.
yeah,
I always go back because when I get off track and I start doing bad,
bad.
I
Yeah, because
realize that I
you're
go
not
back. I
following
was
your
like, go
roots.
back to basics. Go
That's
back
it.
to the simple and what I started with, and quit overthinking everything. And then I realized how much I've changed
Yeah,
in the course of 3 months
yeah.
of doing things. So I go back to the basics, and it just don't
Get you back.
overthink it,
Yep.
and gets me back, and I'm back in the groove of doing okay.
Yeah.
So I personally can't say that one category gets me every time.
That's
I don't
good.
know if that's a good thing or a bad
I
thing,
think that's good.
but
I think that's good.
it just depends on meat cooks different. Everything's good. I mean, every steak is different. That's the thing. I cook one steak and turn it in. That's one reason I do that,
Right.
because unless I have two identical, almost brothers on the loin,
Right.
I don't know unless I'm working on a new flavor. Flavor you can do it. That is one thing for a practice steak. But as far as doneness, I've had steaks. I mean, they're going to cook different, in my
Right.
opinion.
Right.
And I
Right.
start overthinking, um, and then I would wish I would have turned in my practice steak
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So I just don't do it, and I've done that for, gosh, going on 3 years now, I
Right.
think.
Right.
So it's just worked for me, and
Yep.
definitely doesn't work for everybody.
Right.
That may not be
Right.
the thing for you, but
Right. That's
yeah,
that's
but
the one thing. I mean, I've noticed that you cook your one steak and that's it. It goes in a box,
yep. And
and
it's
you just
nice, and being able to get back out there and cook, and there's not as many. When SCA first started, we stayed in the Dallas Fort Worth area. There were so many, and now it's so spread out. We have to travel more. So I love that we're getting a few more in
tell
the
us
in the
about
mix.
this Texas state championship you was telling me about before.
Yes, yes. So
Let's talk a little bit about that.
yes, so I love, every state, they're starting to have the state championships. And so I was excited when Jeremiah and Steve Burgess told me that they were going to do a Texas Invitational. It's going to be so, it's great. It's going to be in Liberty, where Steve's having a cook off every month
Okay.
this year. But I think we've got Jeremiah can tell me if I'm wrong, but it's a $10,000 payout.
Woo!
Yeah, they're doing 2 rounds. So the first round is your invitational. So if you're in the top 10 in any Texas cook-off for this year, you're invited to come. And then the top, you'll cook on, oh gosh, I don't know the dates, Friday or Saturday, whatever it is. It's a 2-day
Right.
event.
2-day event
So you're invitational. So you'll cook, everybody will cook. The top 20 go into the next day
to
for
the
the
next day.
final round,
Oh, that's cool.
for the payout. And
Kind
then
of like
there's
a
also,
semi-world.
yep, pretty
Yep.
much, yep.
Yep.
Because then there's right after that, there's an open for the day. So
Oh,
if you're, all the ones that were there, or anybody can come on the second day. So, yes, the layout will be pretty much identical to Worlds.
yeah.
And they're doing a $10,000 payout. There's a burger ancillary. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Steve's place out there is beautiful. Lots of
Caitlin.
room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Caitlin says she's
Yes,
got to get to
Caitlin.
Texas. Yes. Get
Yes, and
yourself down there.
I need to get to y'all's area too. I know we meet everybody, and then we have to travel so far
I know it.
to see. But yeah, so that'll be a good one. The other one I'm excited to go to is the at Loblolly Farms in Alabama that I'm a sponsor of
Okay.
the cook-offs. Their Gulf Coast Invitational is going to be a good one, and they're doing a ladies' queue, so that'll be fun. Ladies' queue doesn't get we don't get the points for
Right.
SCA, but it's a fun.
To get all the ladies together to cook.
Yep,
That'd
yep.
be
So
cool. Yeah.
that'll be a fun one. Yeah, so I'll go to a few different ones throughout the year, but it is nice to be close to
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
um,
Absolutely.
and not have to travel as far. So
Right. Well, it seems like there's a lot of them down in the South, so that does help.
yeah,
So
yeah, there is.
that's
Yeah.
there's going to be a kids Q state championship in Liberty as well.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
Steve, is that the same weekend as the Texas, or are we doing it? Are you doing a different weekend? I can't remember.
Let us know,
Yeah,
Steve.
this.
$10,000 total payout. Let's see. Liberty is a great place to compete and hang out with great people. Yes,
Yeah, I
it
thought
is.
so. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And the
Yeah.
champion's going to get a grill and a buckle. Looks like they're going to be getting
Well,
a
look,
PK grill.
that a buckle is my trophy I don't have yet. I'm gonna need to
Yeah.
work on that.
Got the hat.
I
Now we need
know
the
I got the
buckles.
hat.
That's it. Oh,
I gotta bring
goodness.
my roots back out. I actually have to. I'll give credit to Marissa. When me and her became such good friends, I was like, you have brought my roots back out. I grew up rodeoing, and then it just got away from me, and I was like, I'm bringing my belt buckle back out, and I'm bringing my hat back out. Like,
Yeah,
this is me. This is my comfort zone.
that's it. A buckle trophy. Super
Yeah,
cool. So,
yeah,
yeah.
that'll be fun.
Alfred said, buckle is mine. Alfred, I think there's going to be a few people want to fight you for that. So, oh,
Oh,
goodness
for
gracious.
sure. Yeah.
I tell you what, man, we've had a great show tonight, Shawna. Thank you for jumping in. I think we may have to
Yeah,
put you on
yes.
as a regular to keep co-hosting. Ronald's
I
got
like
him,
it.
or John's got him a sidekick up there with
That's
Ronald. I
right.
think I'm getting a better looking deal out of this deal with you. So,
Yeah, we could
oh
be
goodness,
co-host at times.
heck
Yeah.
yeah, liking
Uh,
this. So
yeah. So
let's
definitely
see.
I'll have my let's
Any kids that place an SCA Kids or State Q event will be invited. Okay, that's
awesome. So
good.
that's going to be an awesome weekend if we have the kids
Yeah,
championship and
looky
the state
here.
championship.
Nebraska's got a state championship in September. It's going to pay
Oh,
out
awesome
over
for it.
10,000.
There we
Man,
go.
that is great. So let's see. You can't be dazzled
So
if
the,
you win.
I
Yes, you
will.
can.
Come on now. Don't be a
That's
party
right.
pooper,
That's right.
huh?
Oh goodness gracious alive!
Yeah, it's a good year. I can't believe we're already almost halfway
I
through the
know it.
year,
This
but
year is just screaming by. I mean, here we are in May. It just seems like
May,
we was cooking in January and a few months ago. And I mean,
I
it's
know.
just like
It's
time is
been
just flying.
it's
So
definitely been busy, so I'll be cooking a few more weekends and then have a little break and enjoy the summer. And
yeah, yeah, it's
we've
gonna
got
be a
we just, as while we're on it, we rescheduled, but I don't so Roland and I are doing with Steve with Kids Q Nation and the Gene Potts Keep Kids Cooking, and are doing a kids class at Jason's at Papa Joe's in Azle on July the 24th.
okay.
So it's $25 a kid. Roland and I are doing it along with my daughter, EJ, and his daughter, Sydney. So we brought in, the kids aspect, and
Right.
they'll be there to help us. And then we're doing a competition at the end of the day
Oh,
for the
cool.
kids. So once we teach them, and then they're going to get to compete,
Yep.
and the winner gets a PK go. So whatever
Wow,
kid wins, so it'll be
that's
good.
cool.
It's something Gino, wanted Carrie to carry on that tradition. He wanted to teach kids how to cook.
How to
So
cook.
this is her
Yeah.
way of getting out there, and obviously we're honored to be part of that organization and to get out there and do what Gino wanted us to do, because he was a great cook and a great friend. So
Right.
we're
That's
excited
good.
about that class. So we can,
That's good.
we posted that poster, but kids can get signed up. It's a limit of 25. I think we only have like 6 or 7 spots left. So,
Yep. Get me a copy of that, and we'll
okay.
post it on Barbecue Champs Academy's Facebook
Yes.
page
Yep.
to let
We'll do
the
that.
kids know about it. Yeah, absolutely.
So everything's going good. It's a big year, and excited about my rub, and getting it out there, get people using it. Lots of places are carrying it for me, which is amazing. The support. So
yeah, it seems like every week you're picking up somebody new.
yeah,
And,
I've got it, and I have my own website. If anybody wants, I know we all know the barbecue stores as well. I do have my website of sassyjoegrillers.com.
Okay.
You can get it. I do keep it on hand, but as far as I don't want to start naming everybody, because I know I'll leave somebody out.
You'll forget somebody.
Yeah,
right.
So I need to make a post with everybody listed, but I do appreciate all the stores and everybody that's carrying it for me.
Right.
It's definitely helping get it out there, and getting to the, my goal too is to get to the backyard cookers.
Right.
Because my rub by itself, people have tried it. Actually, Alfred is using it by itself sometimes. He's sent me pictures from home, and it's just it's a good, backyard
base rub
steak
to
as
put
well.
on.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I like. I want to get to those backyard cookers, get those, get everyone interested. But I definitely don't want to. I don't want to leave anybody out, so I'll have to make a post on everybody that's carrying it for me.
Yep. Jeffrey says, Shawna, you need to come to Johnson City, Tennessee. I've got a marinade you need to try. So
that's Johnson City is close to
right outside of Bristol. 15 miles from Bristol. Let me tell you about that. When we used to drag race, and I used to race all.
Say Bristol. I've been to a NASCAR race in Bristol. That's that's the most exciting track of NASCAR.
It is. So we had a race up there. It was a drag strip that's on the back side of the NASCAR track.
Of the NASCAR, yep.
Yep. And first time I ever been there, I guess it was in 97. We had just got the Firebird, so it was in 97. And went up there and went to Bristol. And we stayed at a hotel that was in Johnson City, Tennessee. And it was in 90. It must have been probably in 98 or 99. And I traveled a lot. We went from Norwalk, Ohio, Richmond, Virginia, Bradenton, Florida, Orlando, Florida, St. Louis, Atlanta, Dallas, Baytown, Texas, Bowling Green, Kentucky. I mean, we had a circuit that we ran. St. Louis, right outside of St. Louis on the other side of the river in Madison, Illinois. We traveled quite a bit. And, and Thunder Valley. And we stayed in Johnson City. We didn't have our trailer, we didn't have a lounge area in it, so we went over to Johnson City. And I will tell you, to this day, of all the cities that I ever had went to across most of the United States, especially from about the Midwest over, Johnson City, Tennessee, I thought was absolutely one of my absolute favorite cities. And I told my wife, if I ever had to move and go to one place, it would be Johnson City, Tennessee. I remember it was in the middle of July. I remember waking up that morning, it was like, I don't know, 61, 62 degrees. 12 o'clock, it was like 80 degrees at 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
3 o'clock, it's 90 degrees. And back at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, it was right back down to like 70 degrees. And I was like, man, this weather, coming from Louisiana, you got to understand. I mean, we wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's 78 degrees. It's muggy. It's miserable. But the weather up there was absolutely beautiful.
It was great. I think we had we went to the night race at Bristol in August. And so, I used to watch NASCAR all the time, but it was great. Yeah, weather was perfect.
Yeah. What's up
nice
with pickle
area.
juice? Yeah. Will, sorry, buddy, I'm a little older than you, man. So, but I absolutely loved that place. Johnson City, Tennessee was absolutely beautiful, and
Is Will trying to make you feel old or
I
something?
guess he
I
is,
don't know.
yeah, I guess he is. So,
I was about the same age. I think me and Will are about the same age. So.
oh goodness gracious, Brian wants to know is what's in the cup? Pickle juice? Probably is. So
Of course, yeah. That's what we'll say, Brian.
that's
Yes,
it.
I
That's
drink
it.
pickle juice.
Baby Will. I was out of college and actually living in Bristol in '98.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Well, I know who that is. Great rub, Sean. I love you.
There's my mom.
There's
Yes,
mom.
and
So,
speaking of them, I know we're about to be done, but
yeah.
last weekend was a good weekend. I didn't get any walks, but I had about 3 or 4 people that used my rub to get calls, and let's see it. Roy Fraser used it, and Steve Jimenez used it, and my dad. So I love that he cooks. He cooks with me.
That's so good.
Oh yeah, it's a great team, and he always obviously they support me, and so I'm just as excited when he gets a call.
Oh yeah,
as when
heck
I
yeah,
get a call.
absolutely.
So it's been a fun journey with him, and something fun that we do together as a family. So he got a call last weekend. So it was overall, even though I didn't get a call, it was a good weekend.
Hey, it was good for you and your rubs, and they're
absolutely.
proven, and they do good. And people who's taken your class have done exceptionally well. And
Yes, and
that's all
the
part
classes,
of it.
that's and anybody that takes my class, what'd he say?
He said, "I'd be willing to bet it's not it's not pickle juice."
Now we got bets going.
Yeah, now we got bets. We got people lined up to get shirts. We got people lined up to get cups, and now we got people lined up wanting to know what's in the mixed drink. So,
Oh gosh.
are you in the other room mixing her drinks? I love it. Oh, goodness. Pickled flavored vodka. Man, we got pickled flavored vodka. We got pickled juice. There's no telling.
We've got pickle flavored peanuts, thanks to Marissa and her mom for
pickle beer. Oh my goodness gracious.
We had pickle shots last weekend at the cook-off. That was
good gracious alive.
If it's pickle related, I'll probably have
it.
So.
Yeah. I made a mistake one time. She was talking about pickles and nachos, and I said, "Well, Shawna, I guess next thing you know, you're going to be putting deadgum nachos on cheese and stuff on top of the pickle." And I'm deadgum. The next day, she sends this picture. She's like, "Man, I never knew how good it was taking pickles and making nachos." I was like, at that point right then, I was like, "There's no help. You just do not give her too many ideas because she will take them and run with them." So
that was enough. Yes,
that was absolutely awesome.
And speaking of that, I like tacos and stuff. Next weekend is the cook-off at Liberty. Gene Potts Memorial cook-off, and tacos is an ancillary. And I'm not going to cook them, but I think I'm going to tell them I will absolutely be a judge.
Yes, you need to.
Yes,
you need to be the.
I can't go down there and not judge.
No, you need to be the honorary head judge for that. So
I have to be the judge for that. So that will be
absolutely,
in the works, so.
Absolutely. Well, Shawna, I really do appreciate you filling in for the last minute for Robert. He just couldn't make it. I called her, and I mean, and I'll tell you what, I've had a great time, and I appreciate you being here. Appreciate all that you do for Barbecue Champs and getting out there and promoting your class, and everybody that's bought all of our classes. From the bottom of my heart, once again, I appreciate all of y'all, barbecue and steak cookers alike. It's always such fun. And just keep on going out there, girl. You're having a great year.
I am. And I like to, just
keep doing it.
Last, shout out to all my sponsors that helped me. Here I am reading again. Should I take this bet? I need a minute to think about it.
I gotta take time to get some inside information.
My sponsors, like it's Poncho and Lefty. Roland, one of my best friends, that helps me along the way. His rubs, Jason with Papa Joe's, couldn't do it without them. They support me in every way possible, and B&B Charcoal. So Ed and the guys there are great. It's a great product. They're just it's wonderful. So and then of course my own. I always want to promote it, but I couldn't do this without those guys and everybody's support, family
Right.
support, friend support.
Yep.
This is a hobby that takes a
We
lot
all
of
love.
time. Yep,
Yep.
it's a lot of time and a lot of energy, and but it's fun. And I've
Yep.
met so many good people over the years that and good friends. I think we could go anywhere in the country and know somebody. That at that the way it works now. So there's lots of
Yep.
good people out there. So great organization, and I look forward to meeting everybody that I haven't met, that we're probably friends on Facebook. But when I come to a cook off, definitely it's a busy time, but always find a way to come see me, come talk to me,
Yeah.
and I'll do the same with you and help you along the way. So
That's it.
and y'all help me, everybody
That's
helps
it.
me too. So
Yep.
we couldn't do it without each other. So
That's right. It's a
thanks.
two-way street.
And thanks for having me on. I'm glad I had gotten home and
Yeah, I am too. It
didn't
worked
have
out
anything going
perfect.
tonight, so it worked
That's
out good.
perfect.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
thank you so much, Shawna. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody being with us tonight. Hopefully, next
yes.
Tuesday, we'll see you, Lord willing, at 7 o'clock Central as we have another show lined up for you. We got some big things coming. So stay
Absolutely.
tuned and stay alert because you never know what we may drop on you at Barbecue Champs Academy. It's got a lot of stuff coming. And we'll see how
We're
it
ready.
shakes out for next week. As always,
That's
have a
it.
lot of fun and smoke on, Shauna. We appreciate you once
Yes, sir.
again being with us.
Thank you.
And everybody,
Get your cup.
have fun. Get that cup, and
It's good
we
stuff.
we'll see everybody, Lord willing, next Tuesday at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Have a lot of fun and